Redditors who have lost weight, what strategy worked best for you? Calorie counter and food scale Nazi for a few months, then exercise. Don't go balls to wall at first. Diet control first then exercise. Cutting out soda is one of the most helpful things for me. The app MyFitnessPal has helped me realize just how many calories I was eating and cut back to a reasonable amount. I've lost about 25 pounds since January without any special diet or increase in exercise. I've just stopped grazing on junk food all day long and make a concerted effort not to go over my daily calorie goal. This is just my advice. If you've never lost weight or you made lackluster progress in previous attempts, do nothing but MyFitnessPal for the first couple of months. No special fad diets, just stay under the calorie number that MyFitnessPal gives you. Don't even worry about the gym cause that shoot's gonna make you hungry, and I think you need to fix your eating habits and self-control before anything else. Don't worry about eating chicken breast and salads every day, cause that crap is awful if you do it non-stop. Eat what you like but do the correct portions and follow the numbers that MyFitnessPal has set for you. Read the nutrition label and log everything that you eat. You'll realize that 1,600/day is quite a bit of food. If you're just starting out, I recommend that you start out in the first week by logging what you would normally eat. Then you can slowly chip away at that number as the weeks go by. Make sure you log everything, even the toppings like butter and cheese. That crap adds up fast. For instance, I was probably taking in around 2,800 calories per day, so I started myself at 2,000 so that I wouldn't feel like I was starving myself. Week 2 I went down to 1,900, and so on. And eating out is fine too as long as you're aware of what's going in. For instance, I can still get a tuna meal, 650-ish calories, at lunch, feel satisfied, and have enough room in my plan for a good sized dinner. Stick to 0-calorie beverages. Coke Zero tastes like the exact same balls as regular Coke. Sprite Zero and Diet Dr. Pepper are great as well. I know that these taste like butt at first, but I found that once I left it as my only option, other than drinking only water, that I finally accepted them as beverages. It's sweet and it has bubbles. Works for me. Yes, of course water is better, but I'm speaking to all the soda addicts out there like me who need to have it. After like 2-3 months you should be settled into some good eating habits. That's when I started to hit the gym. Don't worry about a correct workout routine. Do what you feel comfortable with. You don't have to sign up for CrossFit or be doing ab classes if you don't want to. Some of us are driven when it comes to athletics, but some of us need to ease into it. I walked for the first month or so and even now I'm just at a steady jog. I'm lazy as crap. I work an office job and have night classes. If I can do this, anyone can. Almost forgot this tip as well. Take pictures of yourself throughout the process. It will motivate you and remind you of your goals. I lost 40 pounds in 1 week by getting E. coli and salmonella at the same time. Treat calories like money. I have 2,500 calories a day I can spend on any food I want, but once the calories are gone, that's all I can eat that day. I don't think of it as a Big Mac. I think of it as 540 calories. Got my heart broken. I call that the heartbreak crash diet. Lost 10 pounds in 1 week. I'm down 27 pounds in 3 months and this is how. None of them are massive changes. I walk a minimum 3 miles 6/7 days a week. If something is near me, I'll walk to it. I take the bus downtown to work and once I get there, I walk anywhere I need to go. I cut out drinking soda on a daily basis. I'll allow myself a can at a party or when I go out to dinner, but beyond that, I don't drink it. I limit my portion sizes. It's definitely shrunk my stomach. It was hard at first but I rarely can eat more than 1 serving size without starting to feel sick. I only eat until I'm full. I never overeat. If I feel hungry after my first portion, I wait 15-20 minutes to see if I'm still hungry and I drink a glass of water in the meantime. If I am still hungry, I'll eat more vegetables or have some fruit for dessert. I cut out 90% of my dairy intake. I'm lactose intolerant and the bloating because of it made me retain water constantly. I'll still have a slice of pizza or some cheese on my sandwich, but I don't eat it multiple times a day. I regulated my sleep schedule and I've learned how to manage my stress. This really does help. I used to be skeptical about this, but it really does help. If your mind is not in the right place, you can't lose weight, especially if you're a stress eater like I was. I was having some hormonal issues as a woman. I talked to my doctor and she got me on a birth control that doesn't affect my body as adversely. That has definitely played a role in it. It's helped lessen the bloating during my cycle, as well as the amount of water I drink, and it makes me be in an overall positive mood. Before I just felt blah, but now I feel good most of the time. I got my habit started by limiting the spending on my hobbies based off of how much I exercise. 100 calories equals $1. That new video game took a bit to earn. Keto diet did the thing for me. Never been able to lose weight while doing more sport than the average. I'm not even sure if the diet itself, low carb high fat, worked, but it defeated my addiction to sugar. I've lost 15 kilos in 4 months, then I did lazy keto for 5 months. I stopped and went to a normal lifestyle and gained 3-4 kilos in 2 months. I'm planning to start again on Monday. I don't really believe in the magic diet and will never say keto diet is the solution. However, following it for a few months really worked well for me. 1. Stop drinking anything except water. Occasional forays into milk, beer, liquor, juice are okay, but no soda except maybe a little ginger ale to settle your stomach as necessary. 2. Take a 40-minute walk at least 4 times weekly. 3. Make good food choices and resist overeating. This is probably the hardest part. 4. Don't give up on the week if you mess up on Wednesday. Just keep trying. 5. Cheat days aren't a thing. If you make a mistake, keep going and don't worry about it. Everyone makes mistakes. 6. Use a calorie counting app and set it to lose 1 pound per week. No more. I lost 75 pounds in 18 months that way. But don't stop, because the moment you do, it will all come back. I know this, and I hate that I stopped and now my orthopedic conditions prevent me from starting again. 1. Eat 300-500 calories below TDEE. Some people can deal with a larger deficit. I can't. 2. Don't eat too much trash food because it doesn't sate the appetite and being hungry makes it easier to fall off the wagon. 3. Don't sit around on the couch like a fat load. Eating less. That's all it takes. Losing weight is about 4% exercise and 96% diet. Lost 65 pounds about 7 years ago and have kept it off, while still eating the same foods, just less of them. A lot of people are answering with the obvious, eat less, do more exercise. That is correct, but it can take a lot of effort to do. The truth is that you have to make it a priority. When exercising every day was a priority, I would do it. When it wasn't, I would let other things bump it off my schedule. When eating healthy was a priority, I would do it. But if I was in a hurry, the temptation was always to pick up some MCDs. So it only worked if it was a top priority in my life. Eat less, move more. Don't let them know what you're against and what you're for. I cut off my leg and lost 10 kilograms. You know how when you start a diet some people say, I don't know how I haven't lost weight yet, I only ate this and this. Write down what you eat every day. You'll quickly realize how much you underestimated. I started measuring my portions. I went from however much pasta I wanted to 1 cup dry, from a tall glass of milk to 4 ounces with breakfast, and I replaced almost all liquids with water. For exercise, I found something I liked doing, like hiking, kayaking, or rock climbing, and just did that thing every day I could. I replaced the 7,000 steps of Skyrim with the 10,000 steps of my local nature preserve. And on crappy days, I go to the gym to work out my upper body. Just find something you truly enjoy doing that's active, and do the frick out of it. Also, if you have a decent phone, get a calorie counting app like MyFitnessPal, and stick to its recommended calorie intake. Eat less. Learn what 2000 calories looks like and eat less than that to lose weight. It's hard at first, but you get used to it. I basically cut bread, potatoes and pasta from my meals. Especially bread helped a lot. I don't eat that much fat, but I eat tons of bread. 70 pounds in 1 year. Cancer. 0/10 do not recommend. I lost 50 pounds sitting around playing video games just by fixing my diet. I didn't have any of the common tricks to easily lose weight either. I didn't eat a lot of sweets, I don't drink alcohol, and I drink water almost exclusively. My problems stemmed from simply eating way too much food and sometimes the wrong food. I figured out healthy things I liked that tasted good and adjusted my diet to eat those things more. I also figured out all the minor decisions that added calories and changed them. Use ketchup or better yet regular mustard instead of mayo or barbecue sauce. Eat a lean steak instead of a hamburger. Seriously, thin crust pizza without any red meat. Order medium pizza instead of a large. Avoid chain restaurants. Seriously, I went to a restaurant and ordered grilled chicken with carrots and broccoli. Somehow the way they prep the food, this meal was still 1,200 calories. If you are going to eat out, focus on smaller places that cook food fresh. Feel like eating something really bad for you? Replace a meal with a couple scoops of ice cream. Go for fluffy donuts instead of cake. Donuts. So many people go crazy with fad diets because it's nice to have a set of rules. The only rule that really matters is calories in versus calories out. If you create good habits and eat better things, that's the actual goal. When I was 17, I attempted suicide. I was bedridden for almost 2 weeks at home and lost my appetite completely. I was just so depressed. One day, I noticed I lost a lot of weight. During my recovery, I maintained my weight by eating less and moving more. Having a body I suddenly liked was motivating. I had a reason to keep going, since I could literally see the payoff. Lost about 3.5 stone since December. I started using MyFitnessPal to track all my calories, and doing cardio at the gym most days to give myself more calories for beer and food. That was it really. It's not easy, but it is simple. Good luck. Running. Gotta be dedicated and do it consistently. Lift weights if you're comfortable doing so too. Not only are you being active for longer period of time, but growing muscle always helps. Stay away from large meals. Keep them small. If you can't eat the same size meal again in 2-3 hours, then it was too large of a meal. I weighed myself first thing every morning and put the weights on a calendar. I wasn't concerned with day-to-day weights, but today versus 1 week ago. One thing I noticed from the data was that I was eating too much on the weekends. I'd consistently weigh more on Monday than I did on Friday. Water is key. If you really want a soda, have a carbonated water, like Perrier. It's normally the carbonation you miss, and more fruit and vegetables as well. Ketogenic diet. Losing weight is not complicated or mystical. It isn't necessarily easy, but it is relatively simple. Eat fewer calories than you expend. Period. The most important battles to fight for very overweight people tend to be in restaurants. Stop going to them. Grocery stores. Just don't buy crappy foods. No chips, no desserts, no crackers, no pizzas. You know what bad foods are. Don't buy them. It's much easier to not eat bad food when it isn't in front of you. To this day I still have impulse control problems when it's in front of me. If I'm out at my friend's place and someone pops open a bag of Doritos, I just can't resist. So I have to win the battle before it starts. So make all your own meals. Don't waste calories on empty crap like sodas. Track your calories with an app and don't lie cheat on it. You're only lying to and cheating yourself. That's actually it. Getting exercise is important for health in general, but for many people struggling to lose weight, you won't be able to exercise enough to burn enough calories to make a huge difference because it will make you hungry. Starting with some daily walking is good. It also helps a lot to just take it slowly and steadily. Don't go for actually starving yourself. You'll just have a relapse. To keep yourself thin, you need to make these changes permanent. A diet is not something you go on. It's supposed to be a description of what you keep eating. You change your diet. Compared to a lot of people, I have lost my weight very slowly. I've lost 65-ish pounds over the past 3.5-ish years. It's been pretty steadily 1.5 pounds per month the whole time. There have been some plateaus and then some quick losses of 5 pounds in 1 month. But overall just slow and steady. It just gets so much easier as time goes on. You are less hungry, so it's easier to not overeat in general. Make the changes. Stick with them. More detail on the eat less, move more answer. If you are beginning to exercise, start slow. You don't need to feel the burn. Just get your butt moving. Pain from overwork can be a deterrent. As your body gets used to increased activity, you will feel your energy level go up and then can start incrementally increasing your activity. But don't bother reading the scale every day. It's a lifestyle change, not a race. Do some monitoring to make sure you are going in the direction you want, but realize your aim is to reach a level of food intake and physical activity that will be your normal. The weight loss is a byproduct of that. You've encountered the lost treasure of Captain Gus Fishhead. Subscribe to receive some of his gold. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.